Hey guys, this is Esther Leventer. Today I wanted to continue my video series on our Rishonim, and I wanted to specifically focus on the Rif because I'm actually taking a class on the philosophy of Harambam, and he was a very highly influential figure on Harambam, so I thought it would be interesting for me and for you guys as well to learn a little bit more about him. So his full name was actually Rav Yitzchak ben Yaakov Alfasi HaKohen, and his mentors included Rav Nisim ben Yaakov and Rav Hananel. He was born in 1013 in Algeria, and he died in 1103 in Spain. One of his most famous students was Rabbi Yehuda HaLevi, and the reason why he held such a high influence on Harambam was because he was actually the teacher of Harambam's father, the teacher of Harambam's father, who was Rav Yosef Ibn Migash. He was most famous for his work called Sefer HaHalachot, which was an abridged version of the Talmud that dealt with halakha and its practical application, and the work reviewed important points of Talmudic text and provides a clear picture of the halakha conclusion, and makes it a lot easier for the reader by bringing together a lot of different sources on one specific halakha, so that if we need to look something up, it's a lot easier. He actually wasn't the first to do something of this nature. We actually had a book called Halachot Gedolot before him. But the difference in the Rif's work is that most of the halakha was developed by the Geonim, who are arguably one of the Rif's biggest influencers. But he actually does disagree sometimes with the Geonim. But what's interesting is that when he does disagree, he goes ahead and points out exactly why he disagrees with their argument, and doesn't just provide his own argument and say that he disagrees, but he says exactly why he disagrees with their argument, which I think is very important in any kind of argument, is to point out flaws in the counter argument in order to give credence to your own. In the Rambam's preface to his Mishnah commentary, he actually says that the Rif's work suffices for them all, and the Rambam himself reports that he only deviated from the Rif's view approximately 30 times, which is pretty incredible and shows that the Rif was very influential on him. His work actually, though, only includes 3 of the 6 the books of Mishnah, because he only focused on mitzvot that applied to him during his time. So he left out things like agriculture in Eretz Israel and korbanot. Another interesting thing about the Rif is that he deviated from the prototype of the Sephardic scholar up until his time, because until then, like we mentioned in other videos, the Sephardic scholar was known as a worldly figure and a, so to speak, well-rounded figure. We mentioned that different of the Sephardic Rishonim were poets and philosophers and historians. They knew a lot of different things, but the Rif himself chose to focus on the study of the Talmud, which some argue is the reason for a shift in the focus of Torah education in Spain and the way people held and followed, because people started looking towards the Ramban and the Rosh. But we can also argue that he had this type of influence on Harambam as well, because even though Harambam was a doctor and a philosopher, it is clear that he was only a doctor in order to make parnassah, and he really wanted to focus on philosophy and commentating on Talmud and expanding his works a lot further than he already had. So I think the Rif is really, a highly influential figure in so many different areas, and his work, Sefer HaHalachot, is really helpful and still very applicable today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.